Hi everybody, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Ish, Indigenous Foods Made Simple. Today's recipe is a wild rice medley. It's delicious, it's nutritious. What else could you ask for? So let's go do it. Okay my friends, so we're here in the kitchen today. We're going to be doing a wild rice medley. And today we're using a wild rice blend. There's a number of different grains in it. It's lovely, it's nutritious, it's beautiful, everything's fantastic. So I'm going to put it in the pot, and I like to rinse my rice off. So we're just going to give this a little rinse with cool water. And this just helps to get rid of any excess starch so your rice doesn't get like overly sticky or anything like that. So you just add some water, turn it around, agitate it a bit, and it gets murky. So that means the starches are coming off. And when I'm making wild rice or anything like that, I don't really measure because sometimes you need to add a little more. And if you accidentally add too much water, just strain it in a strainer. No one will know the difference. So in this, you could literally you could use vegetable stock, you could use chicken stock, but if you want to keep it vegetarian vegan, obviously just use vegetable or water. So we are going to put this on our little handy dandy stove top. And I'm going to add some salt to the water. And I'm going to also add a little bit of onion just to amp up the flavors. Rough chop like always, guys. Don't worry about it. If you want it to be more precise, by all means, go ahead. That'll do. We're going to put this in the water. We're going to give this a little stir. And we're just going to bring this up to a boil. And once that's up to a boil and the rice is cooked, which will take about 45 minutes, then you see all these beautiful things. We're going to saute in a pan, add the rice, and bam, the medley's done, just like that. So I'll see you in a few, guys. Okay, we're back. So our rice is done. It's just cooling down a little bit. You don't really need to cool it down. It just gives you some more time in between. So we're adding olive oil to the bottom of our pan as per usual. We're going to get some more onion. We're going to roughly chop this again. And like always, don't worry about the look, the cut of it. No need to be stressed. Our recipes are simple and delicious. Okay, so let's get those onions down in the bottom of the pan. That's my favorite sound. We're going to add in our chopped peppers. You can use whatever color you want. No stress. Add some salt. Don't forget your pepper. And we're going to add some garlic. I love garlic, so if you're not the biggest fan of garlic, use less. But I'd always use more, so. And this doesn't need to be chopped up too finely. If you want it smaller, by all means. If you don't want to cut up garlic at all, just buy the pre-chopped stuff. Like, that's up to you. But you can't go wrong with garlic. You just can't do it. I chopped a little too much. So what's next on the docket? We are going to add some dried cranberries just so they get rehydrated. Let me give this a little stir. Whoop. One jumped away on us. It said, "Not today, Aisha, not today." We're also going to put some walnuts. Roughly chop those as well. If you're allergic to nuts, no worries, don't put them in. So the indigenous elements in this are obviously walnuts, cranberries, the wild rice, kale, and sweet potato. And this is just a great fall time side dish. It's beautiful, it's nutritious, this smells amazing right now. You think by now smell-o-vision would have been invented. We're gonna dump some sweet potato in. I like it chunkier. If you don't, that's up to you. We're gonna stir this in as well. We're also going to be adding some kale, just for those pops of color. I know it looks like a lot of kale, but it will cook down, don't worry. You know what? I'm going to add the rest of the cranberries just because they look lonely. Can't have that. So this is just going to saute down your onions. Once they're translucent, then you're good. Once the kale is cooked down, even better. And then we'll mix it in with our rice that we cooked earlier. And voila, c'est fini. Wow, this smells fantastic. And the colors are so gorgeous. I love it. Let me just clear some of this mess I made. And if you make a mess in the kitchen, don't worry about it. You'll have to clean it up, unfortunately. But usually when you cook for people, sometimes they clean up for you. So I hope for you. Now this rice dish would go great with the recipe we made earlier, the apple and leek stuffed chicken breast. This would be a great pair for it. Wow. Delicious. Now it's almost time. We mix up the rice with our veg, and then it's done, just like that. Finito. So this is the rice we finished earlier on. It's just cooled down a little bit. It's lovely. It's got a great color. What else could you want? And I am going to mix it. Okay, the time is now. The time is now. We dump it in as such. It already looks fantastic. And then we just give it a stir. And there you have it. Your wild rice medley. Sweet potato, kale, cranberry, walnut, peppers, onions, garlic. That sounds like a party to me. And who doesn't like a good party? Okay, my darlings, we are done with this. Add some nuts on top. You could add more cranberries. Completely and totally up to you. There you have it. Wild rice medley with sweet potato, kale, and all kinds of wonderful things. Thanks everybody for coming again. Thank you to the Hamilton Library for having us here today. I'm happy to see that everybody came back for In the Kitchen with Ish, Indigenous Foods Made Simple. I know you're going to come back next week, so I'm not even going to say it, but I will. Just kidding. See you next week. Peace out.